Bonjour! Thank you so much for visiting the Beautiful Idea Studio. It's a beautiful June week ahead of us, and today is the summer solstice, which means that the next half of the year the sun won't be quite as brilliant. Yet we are at this midway point of a beautiful year, and I thought I'd share some of my ideas and thoughts on resilience with you, because when we compare ourselves to other natural beings, we may find that the ones that are the most resilient are the ones that prevail and live longest and are able to have their line propagated through time. So, for example, the trees that bend in the wind are the ones that don't get snapped and can grow taller and taller. Those giant trees must have been able to battle the elements, the pests, the weather, human beings intent on cutting them down to somehow live longer. So they have a message of resilience that we can all grab onto. Similarly, the bees and the flowers also have come up with adaptation methods. For example, the flowers might manifest themselves in a color that the bees are attracted to, and the bees also learn that these flowers are the ones that might have the sweetest, most generous, most wonderful nectar for them to sip on, and they also can pollinate our crops, our fruits, our trees, and nuts and seeds so that we can all thrive. So human beings also have this adaptability. We've lived in deserts, we've lived in frozen tundras, we've lived under atrocious conditions. For example, with the sea level rising, there's people who live in little chars, which are little islands that come up every time there is a sea level uprising. And when that gets flooded, they pack up their belongings and move somewhere else. The gypsies have done it. The nomadic people who traveled all over parts of the world have done it. The pioneers who came and landed in the West also had to be very resilient. So whenever we find ourselves a little bit perturbed by the stresses, the anxieties, the worries, the deadlines, if we remember that we are essentially resilient creatures, and that we can have an arsenal of resilient tokens around us that help us, we can prevail in any way. So whether that may be flowers or perfume or candles or walks in verdant hills among trees or a dip in the sea or just being around happy, joyous people, we are resilient. So I hope you all find ways to be stronger and find ways to heal and to change the world. Thank you so much for visiting my studio.